To the Batmobile.
Hello, my doe brothers, my doe sisters. Welcome back to Jets and Fleet Gaming. I am Jerry the Tree Whiz. Merry Christmas. Oh, wait. It's Balance Changes. It's even better. Happy holidays, y'all. Welcome to Balance Changes. I couldn't be more excited about these balance changes, and I'm telling the truth. They're great. Let's get right into what's going on and what I think about these changes. First things we're going to see is some changes to the Brawl mode, all right? So Brawl is getting two important changes. The commander will now always respawn after 4 seconds. That's big because he's going to be a little more useful, because I've been joking that it's not really respawn mode, it's no commander mode, because he's almost useless, and the tower damage multiplier is getting reduced from 3 down to 2. That is going to mean that the commander is going to be able to get back there and survive from the towers a little bit more. Good changes, but let's get right into the cards and what's being changed with the cards. The first thing we're going to see is something I've been tooting the horn for a long time. I'm super excited to see Sheriff Justice entering the arena, and we're going to see what Sheriff Justice can do for us. He's now going to slow the commander by 60% for 3 seconds after pulling him in. That's going to be a big enough change. I think we're going to see Sheriff Justice in the game. The next change that we're going to see is a very big change to the Discombobulator Ray. It's a big change. It's a simple change. It's going to cost 4 dough. I think that's okay. It's such a useful card. I think that's a good change. We're also seeing a change to Teleport. Teleport is now going to teleport all the units that get caught inside backwards. Like if the piranhas go in, it will teleport all the piranhas back. I think that's okay. I like Teleport as a card. I think it's a good thing that it's going to have a little bit more power. You're not just going to be sending the commander back. It's going to level out swarm troops a little bit more. The next change that we are going to see is Monkey on Your Back and Banana. They're getting increased by 1 dough. I know that might not sound like a lot, but most of you know a 1 dough increase is a huge nerf. But I think Discombobulator Ray is still going to be useful. But Monkey on Your Back, we're going to see. I don't know how to call that one. The Drillatron change is very exciting. Drillatron X damage is increased up to 1,000, up from 900. And the damage will now be applied in 2 seconds instead of 2¼ seconds. But that's not what's exciting. What's exciting is it will now generate 2 dough if it destroys a building. And I think this is, in a way, a porta potty nerf. It's also a nerf to all spawner decks, because if you don't want to go up against buildings, spawners, things like that, this is going to be massively helpful for that, because if you wait till that spawner is at its low health and you use this to destroy it, you are going to get a 2 dough kickback. What a genius change. Genius change. Drillatron X genius change. Absolutely love it. All right. Infestation Mine cost reduced. That's a huge buff. 1 reduced dough, so it's going to be 2 now. That is a massive, massive change. The Buck attack speed. This is huge. The Buck attack speed changed to 0.6. That is huge. So it's going to attack slower. It used to attack at 0.4. So that is also a nerf to Porta Potty. Because we have 5 bucks in the Porta Potty, that is a big buff. I mean, nerf. That's a big nerf to Porta Potty. Nerf to Buck. Nerf to Porta Potty. Right? I caught it. Cool. It's a nerf to Buck. It's a nerf to Porta Potty. I think that was important. I've heard people say that I've interviewed that they go up against 80%. 80% of the decks they go up against have Buck in their deck. So I think this is a very good change. The troop trap time is increased to 3 seconds. That's another thing I've been asking for, not just me. A lot of people have been asking for. It's a suggestion I've heard, and I've been repeating it. I think that is a great change. The clown car is getting another interesting change. The time to spawn is increased to 20 seconds at level 1, which is up from 15. Each level upgrade will reduce the spawn time by 1 second. So it's just a spawn time change, so it's a big nerf to Clown Car. So Clown Car is going to be weaker. So I think that's good, because invisibility is all over Clown Car, but that's the next thing we're going to talk about. The invisibility cost is increased to 3. I think, once again, that's going to be okay. We've found that there's a lot more use to invisibility than we first thought. I liked it at 2, but that's because it felt strong. So the Mammoth Charge is the next thing we're going to see getting a change. I think it's a good change. The distance is increased up to 40. I think that is a buff. I think that's a buff. The Mammoth charge distance is increased to 40. up from 32. I don't play the Mammoth very much, but somebody leave it in the comments what you think that's going to do to the Mammoth. By the way, thank you guys for being here and subscribing to the channel. Things have felt really good lately. I love the game. I'm so excited about everything, and I love each and every one of y'all. Back to the video. The Airstrike Damage, this is a great change. All right, let's think about this. This is a rework is what we need to call this. Airstrike Damage is reduced to 800, down from 1600, but the dough is reduced to 4. So the damage got cut in half, but it's going to cost less, which means we're going to be able to get it to that third phase much sooner. So this is a very interesting change. I'm very excited to dive deep and to see what each different interaction happens, what survives, what doesn't survive. The Mad Scientist slow effect will now start at 20% speed reduction at level 1 and increase 15% per level. I think that's a good change. I agree with that. We're also seeing a change to Confetti, the Yeti's slow effect, and I think it's a good change as well. It's going to now start at 45% speed reduction and increase by 5% per level. That's a good thing. The Greevil. Let's see what you guys think about this. Greevil will no longer... This is crazy. A complete rework to the card, which I do not know how to call it. Greevil will no longer generate dough over time. Instead, it celebrates the death of other troops, enemy or friendly, by generating 1 dough every time this happens. That sounds absolutely insane. I have no idea how to predict what that's going to happen. So if you kill a whole bunch of piranhas, is that going to create 5 dough? I mean, the death of other troops, enemy or friendly, that just sounds like it's going to be a necessary card in your deck. But let's wait to see how it plays out, because I'm not exactly sure how that mechanic's going to look when we see it in game. Tankarina is also getting a very interesting and cool addition to what she is. Tankarina now has a protective shield that reduces damage by 50% as long as she has more than 50% of her health. That's a huge buff. That's an ability they just gave her. So I think we're going to see Tankarina at top level gameplay. I think we're just going to see her at all gameplay. I think that's going to be very cool. Well, I hope. I think that's a cool change. I love more mechanics. Keep giving me mechanics. I love you guys. Speaking of mechanics, speaking of love for the Dough Overlords, we've been talking about giving T'Choppa radar tech. And what did T'Choppa get? T'Choppa has been equipped with the latest radar tech and can now reveal invisible units in an 8-tile radius. I think that is great. I think Clown Car just took a hit. Invisibility took a massive hit. But I think things are going to be all good, and I know that if we want to see more of Clown Car, we maybe could get a change back, but let's not react to any of these balance changes too quickly. There's one more balance change I want to go over before we put our closing thoughts on all of them. Mr. Poof spawn time has been changed. The spawn illusions are reduced to 2 seconds, down from 4 seconds, and the illusion duration is reduced to 2 seconds from 4 seconds, so you're going to get more of them that don't last as long. I think this is a good change. Mr. Poof is a very cool card, and I'm excited to see how that's going to play out. Overall, I am really pumped about all these balance changes. I have no words to think about Greevil. So leave it in the comments what you think that means about Greevil. I am extremely curious to hear your thoughts on these balance changes. Please let me know what you think was left out. Please let me know what you think you would have done differently. We are very curious, and it seems like the developers really pay attention. These are all the things that I've been wanting so bad. So I can't wait to play this game. I can't wait for the skin powers. I can't wait for my beehive skin, and I can't wait to tell each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart to the top of my head and everything in between, I love each and every one of y'all. Peace.
To the Batmobile.